Hello, hello. If you're here, I'll be right with you. I am trying to go back to the old Facebook because the new one stinks, in my opinion. Hello. Okay, I see a few of you here. You got in before me. Okay, hi Lori, hi Jean. From rainy Delaware, yep. Here too in New York and Long Island. Oh, you got your card today. Yay, a little bit later. I didn't get them out until Monday. But glad you got it. Thanks for letting me know. Thank you for sharing in big capital letters, Lori. I appreciate that. Hi, Trisha. Oh, Lori, you got your happy mail today too. Oh, I'm so happy that you got your happy mail. I got happy mail too. I'll show you at the end. I got a letter in the mail yesterday or the day before. Showed you a couple last week. I got another one this week, which was exciting. So for anyone that's new here, my name is Antoinette Bay. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Lynbrook, New York. And I might be brave enough, even though my hair's pulled back and no makeup, to pull my camera up after the event just to show you a couple of things and say hi in person. So stay tuned. So I'll be showing you the card that I received in the mail later after our cards are done tonight. I'll be showing you that very heavy, how should I word it? The card that I created the other day, which was $1 Million Achievers card. I'll be showing you that. I'll be showing you the November Papillion Project Pack cards. November 2nd is the last day to register for that, and I wouldn't want you to miss it if you wanted it. But let's get started. I hope everyone is well. Hi, Sonia. Thank you for sharing. Patty, too, and Jean, thank you for sharing. I can only see 4 comments at a time when I look at my screen, so if I miss you, I'm sorry, but I'll catch you later. Lori, that was a gorgeous card. Oh, good. I'm glad you liked it. I can't remember which one it was, but I'm glad you liked it. So tonight we're making a couple of cards. One is a fun fold, and that card will use both these stamp. Will it use both stamp sets? No, it will use the dies from this set. These dies are gorgeous, and it will use a couple of stamps from this set. And it will also use dies from the Poinsettia Petals too, Poinsettia and Wishes and Wonder. Okay, so let's move that aside. And the second card is going to focus on the Poinsettia Petals. And like I said, tonight is a Christmas card night. I'm throwing them in sporadically. I was going to have a Christmas class with my friend Tiffany, but unfortunately things didn't work out for us this time around, so we're going to revisit that in the new year. So I'm just taking a couple of cards that I would have done in that class, and I'm doing them here with you guys instead, because the November Papillion Project Pack doesn't really focus on Christmas except for one card, and if I do anything else, it will be too late for Christmas. So I'm just throwing Christmas cards in sporadically. So let's move this over until we need it, and let's get started. Stay tuned to the end for the shares and the comments from last week so I can give out prizes. Like I said, the first card is going to be a fun fold, and I'm using some of the paper from the Poinsettia Place Designer Series paper. As you can see, I'm down to very little of this paper left. I've been using it a lot. Not necessarily on lives, but just for other things. And these are all my little packs of scraps that I run to these first when I need to make a card. I always run to my scraps first. So you can see I have a lot of scraps and very little whole sheets of paper left. So let's get started. Both cards will use this paper, but this card is going to use the reds and the greens, traditional colors, and the other card will use the more country looking colors, I guess, the neutral colors. Okay, so for this you would need your Stampin' Trimmer. Normally I use my scoring tool to score, but for this particular card you need your Stampin' Trimmer. Okay, and you need to make sure that the cutting blade is up on top, and we're using the scoring blade here. So I took a class, and although I know that this fun fold is out there on Pinterest somewhere, I actually took a class myself, and this is one of the cards that we did, of course using different papers and things like that, and I will show you that later. So the first thing we're going to do is, this is a 10 1/4 by 4 1/4. Let me ensure that this is 10 1/4. 10 1/4. Yes, 10 1/4 by 4 1/4. So on this 10 1/4 side, we're going to measure at 4 1/4. Okay. And at that point, all we're doing is making a little tick mark up at the top. And you won't be able to see it, but it's there. So I see it. It's just a tiny little tick mark. Okay. That was at the 4 1/4 mark. These measurements and details will be on my blog tomorrow. Today's a rainy day. I didn't have a chance to take pictures of my card, and I just didn't get to it. So next score line is going to be at 4 3/4. So our first tick mark was at 4 1/4, and now our score line is at 4 3/4. Okay. Now we're going to take the second sheet, which is the same exact size, and do the same exact thing. We're going to bring the long side of this cardstock, which is 10 1/4, and bring it to 4 1/4. Oh, let me share this. Goodness, I don't want to forget to share this to my my business page. I never start out on my business page, which I should try once in a while. I always start out on my group page and then share it to my business page. I think I should try starting on my business page and sharing it to this group. We'll see. That's just a me thing. Trying to gain more viewers. You know, your shares help me with that, but I need to help myself as well. So we'll see if that helps. So here's my tick mark at 4 1/4. And now I'm going to bring this back up to 4 3/4. And do a full score line. Okay. And that should be it with the trimmer for now. Okay. Oh, no, it's not. I need it back. I lied. Okay. So now the reason for that tick mark is because that's going to help me determine where I need to place this in that little groove, so that that little tick mark is in the groove, and then the point on the opposite end is also in the groove. So my tick mark is here at 4 1/4, and the point at the end, the opposite end, is in the groove as well. Hold on, I need to make sure my cutter is up here. And now I'm going to score that. Okay, so my tick mark was up here, and I just went diagonally to the edge. Going to do the same on this one. My tick mark is at 4 1/4 up here. I'm going to ensure that is in the groove. I need to see that. Okay, that's in the groove, and then this opposite end is in the groove as well. And give that a score. Okay, tick mark was up here, and here's my score line going straight down. Hopefully you could see that a bit. Hi Diane, nice to see you, and thanks for sharing. Okay, so now where we've made this score line, we're going to fold. Okay, so I'm bringing this to the middle piece, this larger side is going to meet up together right here. Okay, so let me see my original to see how I did this, how I did the folds. So this one, you just have to kind of play with it a bit. Let's just fold them. Let's fold them, and then we can play with this. Okay, so this one will go like that, and this one will go, now I can't remember. Hold on, guys. Let's see. I am trying to determine these sides. So if this one goes like this one goes like this. Okay, I got it. You have to just play around with this. This is going to go in like this. This is going to go in like this. And this is going to go in like, okay, got it. That's the way it's going to go. All right. So regardless, you saw me just flip this over a million times because I had to figure out, I have to have these two wedges meet. They have to meet. Oh, I just confused myself again. Hold on. That goes in. And this goes like that. Okay. So as long as you have those, to that tick mark and the score line going down, you're just going to play with this until you get these two pieces to meet in the middle. Okay? One flips up one way, one flips the other way. That's basically what you need to do. So there's about a half inch in between. If I get my cardstock here, like in the middle here, you'll be able to see it. Okay? So there's about a half inch in there. So as soon as you fold these flaps, you'll figure it out. You're just going to have to play with it like I did. So now what's going to happen is this is going to get adhered to the inside, but before I adhere it to the inside, I also need to, I think I'm going to go this way. I also need to ensure that I get a nice slit at the top, a nice punch right here. So I need to take my I have a 1.5 inch punch and determine, I'm just holding this 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of very vanilla cardstock, and I'm just going to try to determine where I think the center is here, and I don't want a huge slit. So that looks pretty good to me. So that's where I'm going to punch. And I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to adhere this very vanilla piece to this real red. Okay. Just like that. Just like that. Now, this is going to get adhered to this. However, we're going to leave this open right here. So we're only going to adhere around the edges, and I'm going to use tear and tape to do that. Because I want it to hold it very nicely. It's going to be like a little pocket. So you could stick another note in there and maybe a gift card of some sort. It's just going to be open to do whatever you want it to do. Okay. Okay, now let's stick that together. I'm going to hold this here, and I want it to be nice and even. Okay, so now there is like a pocket right there, okay? there's my pocket. There we go. Now, I could see that this is a little bit crooked, but I'm not going to cut it just yet. I want to even that out. First, we're going to take a piece of 4x4 designer series paper, and we're going to cut that in half diagonally. So we'll stick this in the trimmer, point to point, in the groove, and slice. Okay. Okay. So each piece is going to go right on these little triangles here. Okay. That's the next step. That's the first one. And okay, see that? And now we'll do this one down here. And then I'm going to even this out, this overhanging piece. So I think it was Jean who asked last week about the Stampin' Seal and how I liked it, and I love it. And I hope you gave it a try and maybe you're liking it. I think it was Eugene. Okay, and there's the next piece. So now this piece that's just hanging over like that, I'm going to trim that down. Do I want to use my... I'm going to use my big guillotine trimmer. So I'm going to step away from the camera for a second just to do that because it's kind of a large piece that I'm cutting off and I want to do it quickly. So now it's off. So now it's a little uneven for me, but it's okay. We'll work with that. That's fine. Okay, now I have 2 strips of holly, and I have also 2 strips of the old olive. Now on my original, I will tell you that I used the holly here, and I need to cut this down to 4 inches. These 2 pieces, if I decide to use those instead. And I'm thinking that I'm going to use these old olive designer series paper because on my original it kind of looks a little bit fizzy to me, so I might just switch it up. So you guys tell me. If I lay this here, let's see, I'm not gluing it down yet. I just want to put it there, and then I'm going to put this one down here. So let's pretend, because both sides are going to have the same one, the same piece. Which one? I'm thinking this is too much, and especially, I don't want to show you the original yet, but I'm thinking that this one's too much and I like this better now. I think I want to go with the old olive. Let's see. Anybody have any opinions on that? Yes, Jean, you do. You have to hold it just the right way. Anybody? Anybody? Opinions? Green. Yes, I got a green. That's 2. Let's see if we can get one more for which one. I think we're going to go with green. Old olive. Yep. Thank you. That's all I needed. Thank you. Okay, old olive. Okay, yes. When you see the original, you'll be glad that you said that. Okay, so that's going to go up here on each side, on each end, and that will fold over. And this is going to go here. And fold over. Okay, just like that. All right. Now, thank you for that. I appreciate it because I'm really liking the green. All right, next thing, we're going to take some stamps. And guess what? Remember that Merry Christmas that I couldn't find? That I finally found it when I vacuumed. See, I should clean more often, vacuum more often. I'll find things. That was the one from last week that I wanted to use, and I couldn't find it. Or the week before, I can't remember. Okay, Stacy says Old Olive. Sharon says Old Olive. Thank you so much. Everybody says Old Olive. I love it. So the next part is going to be to make a belly band. And this belly band is going to go around. Even though the pocket is this way, the belly band is going this way. Okay? And we don't want to make it too tight. And also I want that part to be on the bottom. I don't want to make it too tight, but it needs to be tight enough. There, and let's fold this one over there. So this is a 1.5 inch piece by, I think it's 10, but like I said, measurements will be on my blog tomorrow. So I'm going to take tear and tape here and put a little bit here and a piece here. Okay. And we will pull that up. Sorry, it was too low. And we'll pull this up. And close that. Okay, there we go. Now before we do any stamping, why don't we get the Cutie over Stamp and Cut Emboss machine and just do the 3 things that we need to do for this card with the die set, which is, where is the die set? Where did I put my stamps? Here they are, and my dies. Okay, so for the Real Red, we're going to use, I did do some of this ahead of time. We're going to use this pretty image. For the Very Vanilla, we're using this tag, which I love that tag. And for the moose or deer, I don't even know what this is. Is it a moose or a deer? It looks like a deer. I don't know. What is it? Is it a moose or a deer? We have a moose. That's a deer. Yeah. Looks like a grandpa deer. Okay, so let's bring the machine over and do these 3 things. Today was an exciting day. I got my On Stage box. Woohoo! For those of you that are demonstrators and are attending On Stage, did you get your box? I got mine today. I think I'm like one of the last ones on my team to get one. And I don't want to show it to anybody because I don't know if there's spoilers out there or not, and I don't know if everyone's gotten them yet. I can show you the box. Okay, so let's run these 3 pieces through the Cutie. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful die? That's gorgeous. Okay. Now, we have this piece. We have the deer. A Christmas reindeer. Yours came today, Stacy. Yay! Mine too. Let's put these away so I don't lose them, because we know I lose things if I don't put them away. Now I'm going to take a, let's see, where's my, one other thing I need is some paper so I can splatter a bit. I'm going to splatter a little bit with Old Olive, I think, because my crumb cake and soft suede were not working very well today. Let's see if it's working better now. I think I'm running out of ink from splattering so much. Yeah, this is not working. So I need a different color, and I will go with Old Olive. There. It's just splattering a little. Okay. There's the splatter. All right. So now, next step is to take a strip of, I took a strip of the words from the Brights DSP collection, 6x6 DSP collection, and I'm going to adhere that here in the center of the belly band. Put a few drops of ink inside. Okay, good. Thank you for that tip. Okay. And then we're going to take, we're not going to do anything there yet. Let's start decorating this piece right here. So we'll take, now I'm going to take all the stuff that I pre-cut, which are, let's see, some berries from the poinsettia dies right here, red and gold. I cut out a lot of stuff earlier. Just because we're making 2 cards, I didn't want to do too much die cutting on camera. And then from this set that we just used, the tags, let's see, it's North Pole Wonder dies. I have some vellum pieces and some Old Olive. We don't have to use all this, but, and then I have little tiny poinsettias from the poinsettia dies. Okay, so let's get started just layering this particular piece right here, this real red piece. So I'm going to take glue dots. Glue dots for this, and I'll start with the real red and just layer it there. Okay, and then it's not really sitting on there. I could actually cut some of this off too. I don't need it all. There's one glue dot. Let's put that on the side. And then we'll do another glue dot here. And I want it to be diagonal. Let's see. I probably should have done the gold first. And I don't need all this either. Just cutting some off. Yeah, I think I should have done the gold first. Okay. Making a mess already. And then the gold down here. Oh, am I grabbing that? Yeah. And if I'm going to put him down here, okay. And that one around here. Let's see, I'm going to put dimensionals behind the deer. So let's see how that's going to look. And I need to raise this more. Making a bit of a mess here, but it won't show. Okay, so now I'm going to put a piece of green and maybe a smaller piece of green on each side. And then a piece of vellum on each side as well. I'm going to use the smaller pieces. Actually, maybe we'll use a bigger piece of vellum. And a smaller piece down here. We'll see how it looks. If it's too much, I'll switch it to a smaller piece. It's very, very full of stuff. And then we're going to put some red rhinestones. So now I'm going to put some dimensionals on this guy. And I'm going to take some that are already like small, the small edges on the face here and down here. And I'm going to put another piece in the middle here. And that's going to go around there. Have to angle that more. Okay. That's that tag. Now let's get some rhinestones. I'm using the real, the tag is off. I don't know, these are the red rhinestones that we have. And I'm going to use my tweezers and put them around the neck. It's got to wear jewelry. Got to be shiny. Like that. Let's move these pieces out of the way. These are good pieces that I can reuse. These are junk. Okay. Alrighty. So there's that. Now let's do our sentiment. And I need a strip of Very Vanilla. Hold on. So here's a strip of Very Vanilla and Real Red. And we're going to just quickly stamp it and then cut it out. I don't like the way that came out. I know you can't notice it, but I do. It doesn't look very clean to me. Weird. Maybe it's the paper. Okay, let's go with the first one. That's better. And we're going to cut this out. So, while I am cutting, let's see, what can we talk about? I had my retreat over the weekend, which was very fun. It was on Saturday from 10 till 7, and it was a small group of us. There were only 5 attendees plus myself, and we had a really nice day. We made some make and takes. We did a Zoom class and made the October project packs, which consisted of 3 cards and 3 3D items. So they were sets, which was fun. And let's see, what else? Sunday, my husband and I went for a early morning 6-mile walk, which was really nice because it was a little bit chilly, so we walked fast. And of course, naturally, when you walk fast, even though it's chilly, you get warm. So that was good. And then we just came home and did things around the house. He painted some of the garage door panels. And I, of course, was probably crafting away. What else did I do? I've been working all week. Tomorrow's my day off, which I love. I'll tell you, during this whole COVID experience, because they reduced our hours by 25%, and my day off is Fridays, it seems that with that extra day off, the weeks are flying by even faster. Like, I can't even believe we are going into our 8th month of this. And granted, I wasn't off every Friday from the very beginning. I don't even remember what month they started that, but you know, that having that extra day off and just getting all the nonsense things done, like laundry and cleaning the house, make for a really, really nice weekend, because, you know, I always worked, and the only time I ever got a Friday off is if I took vacation or took the day off. So now, knowing that it's there every week, I don't know for how long, but it's there every week for right now. So I'm loving it. So this guy, who just said Rudolph? Patty, Rudolph. Yep, Rudolph. Oh, I need to put a little red nose on him. We're going to put this down right here, though. So what I'm going to do is actually put glue dots down. But oh, there's my tweezers. So anyway, it's just with this extra day off, it's been really nice, but I tell you, just has made the time fly by even quicker. And we'll just put that one there. So I'm just using glue dots because this is a small space, and just want to secure it with glue dots. And we'll just kind of go that way. And then this guy's going to go on here. This guy is really loaded with stuff. My original was as well. I'm wondering if I need to cut this one down, but I'll leave it alone for now. And I'm going to put some dimensionals behind here before I actually lay it down. And do I want to center it? Not quite. I don't quite want to center it. Just going to put it there. And then this is going to go on here. But before we do that, we need to put some ribbon on. So my beautiful sheer red ribbon came apart because my doggy got a hold of it. It fell on the floor. Little stinker. Got a hold of it. This is the sheer ribbon, real red ribbon. I love it. It's beautiful. And I cut a piece earlier, so I'm just going to use this piece. And I'm going to slip it through. I'm going to cut that down. But then I'm going to use the gold ribbon from the Forever Greenery Trim Combo Pack. And I'm going to use the gold and cut that piece. Let's see, where are we here? Okay, cut a nice long piece there and make a bow around there. I'm going to knot this quickly also. I don't want it to come loose, because this is very fine. This gold trim is very fine. Okay. And then I'll trim this. Okay, let's move all of this out of the way. And then this is going to get placed right on top of there. I'm not going to use dimensionals because I don't want this to be too thick. Somebody is going to win this card. So I'm just going to put some adhesive in the center here. Helps to take the cap off. And put that right on there. we're not done yet. Wait, let's go to the inside. And on the inside, I'm going to put these two little poinsettias. I want to say it the right way. Poinsettias. And glue those together. And take a glue dot. Well, actually, let me stamp first. So I'm going to use the sentiment from the Poinsettia Place. I'm going to thank you for making this a wonderful season. And the reason is because this is a fairly thick card. If you're going to give it to somebody for Christmas, you might not want to mail it. You might want to hand deliver it. So I'm thinking you're going to, or I would, give this to somebody that I want to thank at Christmas time. So I'm going to use soft suede here and stamp that sentiment. And hopefully whoever wins this can use it. So you're saying Merry Christmas and thank you for making this a wonderful season. Okay? And now we'll take this poinsettia, the tiny ones, and put that right there. And now you notice how it's going to get covered up. You won't see it because it's under this flap. And then I want to take a little, let's take this from the enamel dots, the In Color enamel dots, because this has that bumblebee color in it, or so saffron color in it. I'm going to take this bumblebee one and just stick it in the middle. Okay, like that. Put that away. That's that. So there's the inside. And you could decorate it if you're recreating this any way you want. And you could stick another card, ivory card in here. I may do that for you, whoever wins it, and put it in there. Oh, wait, I have these. So let's stick, you know what else? Let's cut this down. I want to stick this on the inside too. I'm going to cut this down a little bit. And we'll stick that there. How's that sound? Sounds good to me. And then my glue dot is too low, too high. And it shows through. And we don't want that to happen. There. I want to overdo it. I always overdo it. Why not? It's overdone on the front, so might as well overdo it on the inside. There we go. Little vellum, little old olive. Dress it up. And there we go. Now we will close it up. Here's our belly band. Nicely, we'll slide down nicely right over it. And there is your fun fold card. So this is definitely a card. You can mail it. It's just going to cost you. I'm thinking I do need to move this over, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to leave it alone. This piece, I need to move it more to the center. I don't know what I was thinking. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to do it now. I'm not going to mess with it on camera. I'll do it off camera. I'll do a better job off camera. Okay, so that's card number 1, using the traditional green colors. Okay? So, now we're going to do what I consider, some may consider it to be traditional also, but these would be, the next card's going to be what I consider to be non-traditional colors. But whoever from last week's shares, if you shared my video and you commented that you shared and all of that stuff, you're in the drawing for this card tonight, okay? And I am going to cut this one down because it's just way too long, and I'm not even going to mess with. You see how it's just kind of, it needs to be cut down. So I'll do that later. All right, that's card number 1. I'll bring it back later. Okay, so now because I'm doing a second, oh, let me show you the original of that. So here's this before we move on. This was the class that I took. Now this bright, I don't have this, but it was supposed to be red. On top is supposed to be stamped red, but I don't have it. And then all these other things were supposed to be stamped around here. I don't have that either. So these are definitely non-traditional colors. I mean, look at that red, the blue, the misty moonlight, the green, but look how gorgeous it is together. And then the inside. So that was the class that I took. And I did this on a Zoom class. So that was fun. And that's where this whole idea came from. So this is mine and this is the class. Okay? Thank you for sharing. Okay, let's move that over and clean up a bit. I just want to clean off these stamps because I don't recall if I'm using them again or not, and I don't want to make the mistake of sticking them in the wrong color. All right, that was quick. Let's move them over, and then we'll get to the next card, and I'll get some garbage off the table. Put everything back where I found it so I know where to find it again. So we'll move on to the next card, which is, what's this one? Oh, here's my original too. So same thing. See, now, hold on before we move on. Here's the original. I'm going to stick it on my belly band. And then here's the decision we made together to not use this berry because it's so busy. But you see why I was thinking about the berry is because this is so busy too, but it's totally different, totally different. And I like that we used the old olive here a lot. Okay, so that's whoever wins it will get the one with the old olive. Okay, next card. Now look at this loveliness here. I die cut some of the leaves from the Poinsettia Place in just old olive. And let's see, I die cut those. And then I die cut them again out of that same old olive paper we just used. I die cut them again. You can see there's embossing in there. Oops, sorry. So you can see there's embossing in there, right? So then I did... Also, I had found that from another card, I had stamped the leaves in garden green ink onto garden green paper. So I had these. So this is what I did with the original. So I had extras. I kept those there. I haven't decided what I'm doing yet today. And then I had some old olive right here that I also wanted to use. And I stamped that old olive ink. So let's keep that on the side. Then I have my little center for the poinsettia. I'll keep that way up here. Then I have my gold holly. And I have another little center in case I lose one. Now, I wanted to use this die, but I don't have it. So I couldn't. So I had to find an alternative. So do you see this beautiful bows? This die right here is what I wanted to use. That goes with this stamp set. Peaceful bows. Bows. But I don't have it. So I found something that I do have, which was the Sweet Silhouettes. And this is the tree die from the Sweet Silhouettes. And I think it'll work. It seemed to work on my sample. So it has all that kind of stuff going on. So let's try it out. And then I cut out my poinsettias in Whisper White and in the shimmer paper. Now on my sample I used Whisper White, and this shimmer paper is just not as stark white, so I might go with that tonight. All right, and then I have all these strips, and I'm gonna line them up. And I don't need this piece. So we have, these will be on my blog tomorrow. We have a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of thick Whisper White cardstock. Oh, Laura, you like the berry one? Okay. Well, if you win it again, I will send that one to you. Excuse me. Okay, and now we have a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Whisper White, plain Whisper White. So the first thing we're going to do is come up about 1 inch from the bottom with this Designer Series paper. I'm going to go this way because I want to see more of the flower. So where's my mat? Let's see, my glue mat is right here. And let's get some adhesive going.